7 countries that hate Iran. 1. Saudi Arabia. The Saudi-Iranian proxy conflict never ends. The two countries have been vying for influence in the Middle East. They routinely support opposing sides in regional disputes. This has been seen in wars in Syria and Yemen. It's also evident in disputes in Bahrain, Lebanon, Qatar, and Iraq. Iran sees itself as the leading Shia power. Saudi Arabia aspires to be the leading Sunni power. In 2016, the Saudi Grand Mufti stated that Iranian leaders are not Muslims. 2. Israel. Iran cut all diplomatic ties with Israel in 1979. Its government doesn't recognize Israel as a state. Ex-President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad said Israel should be uprooted. Obviously, anti-Iranian sentiment in Israel is high. Israel and Iran have been engaged in a proxy conflict. It has led to several major wars, like the 2005 Lebanon War. Iran sponsors various anti-Israeli terror groups. Israel has carried out strikes on Iranian installations in Syria and Yemen. 3. United Arab Emirates. In 1971, Iran seized 3 islands in the Strait of Hormuz. The UAE claims the islands as its own. The UAE has also played an increasing role in the region. It sponsors various factions in local conflicts. These are usually factions opposed to those backed by Iran. In 2019, Iran-backed soldiers in Yemen fired missiles at the UAE. One hit a bus at Abu Dhabi International Airport. In 2020, the UAE signed a normalization agreement with Israel. Iran called it a shameful act. Tehran warned that it would hold Abu Dhabi responsible for any attacks. 4. Turkey. According to surveys, 75% of Turks look at Iran unfavorably. The Turkish military establishment is especially hostile. It's a very influential part of Turkish society. 90% of Turkish Muslims are Sunni. Historically, Shia Muslims were discriminated against in the Ottoman Empire. They were associated with Persians. Turkey has installed a radar system to track missiles launched from Iran. Tehran saw it as a serious break in relations. Of course, Turkey is also a NATO member, which makes it Iran's enemy. 5. Azerbaijan. Azerbaijan used to be part of Persia. To this day, Iran has a province called Azerbaijan. There are lots of ethnic Azerbaijanis in northwest Iran. So Iran has been worried about secessionism. It chose to support Armenia in its conflict with Azerbaijan in the 1990s. So Azerbaijan has found an ally in Israel. In 2012, Azerbaijan signed a $1.6 billion defense deal with Israel. It is also very close to Turkey. 6. Kuwait. Kuwaitis of Iranian ancestry often face discrimination. Kuwaiti authorities pursue an Arabization policy. The Persian language is suppressed in Kuwait. Teaching and advertisements in Farsi are restricted. Kuwait sided with Iraq during the Iran-Iraq War. This damaged the Iranian-Kuwaiti relations forever. Iran has attacked Kuwaiti ships, including tankers. Kuwait habitually sides with Saudi Arabia in all disputes. 7. United States. The relations between Iran and the U.S. soured in 1979. The ousted Shah of Iran went to America. Ayatollah Khomeini addressed his followers.
Don't forget that the U.S. is your worst enemy. Don't forget to chant, "Death to U.S."
This laid the foundation for everything that followed. The U.S. supported Iraq in the Iran-Iraq War. The State Department designated Iran a state sponsor of terrorism in 1984. George W. Bush called it part of an axis of evil. Iranians regularly burn American flags at demonstrations. They often refer to the U.S. as the Great Satan. Israel, which they called a Little Satan, is a U.S. ally.